The late nights you taste beans and rice and syrup and shaved ice. I ain't gonna say it twice. Turn up the street lights. We taking the flight to a couple of days in the life for what it's like in Washington Heights.
Congratulations on In the Heights. It was a lovely musical, but as a Black woman of Cuban descent, specifically from New York City, it would be remiss of me to not acknowledge the fact that most of your principal actors were light-skinned or white-passing Latinx people. So with that, what are your thoughts on the lack of Black Latinx people represented in your film?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was something we talked about and I needed to be educated about, of course. In the end, when we were looking at the cast, we tried to get the people who were best for those roles, and that specifically, and we saw a lot of people like Daphne or Dasha. But I hear you on, trying to fill those cast members with darker skin. I think that's a really good conversation to have. Something that we should all be talking about.
I didn't realize until making this movie that I didn't really get to see myself or people that look like my siblings that are darker than me on screen. And I didn't realize how much that affected the limitations that I put on myself, being someone who wanted to be an artist and be an actress and, even be in the Latin music industry, being Afro-Latina. I feel so blessed we get to express the diversity that is within the Latinx community in a way that we haven't been able to see on screen, because so many times we're put on screen in one particular way. And since we get so little opportunities, everyone wants to claim that one story because it's all we got.
I think it's important to note, though, that in the audition process, which was a long audition process, there were a lot of Afro-Latinos there, a lot of darker skinned people. And I think they were looking for just the right people for the roles, for the person that embodied each character in the fullest extent. And I think we are all very much like our characters, so much so that a lot of times it didn't even feel like we were acting. They just kind of let us live in there. And because the cast ended up being us, and Washington Heights is a melting pot of Black and Latinx people, John and Lynn wanted the dancers and the big numbers to feel very truthful to what the community looks like.
Did you not see that in the dancers as well?
Those are roles that historically we've been able to fill, right? We've been able to be the dancers and we've been able to be in the hair salons and, this and that, but like a lead, that's the breakthrough. We want to see Black people in the Heights. We want to see Afro-Panamanians, Black Cubans, Black Dominicans. That's what we want to see. And that's what, we were yearning for and hoping for.
I hope that at least that encourages more people to tell more stories and get out there and do it right then.
There is a long history of colorism and pigmentocracy in Latin America. And with that, what would you say to folks who say that In the Heights privileges white passing and light-skinned Latinx people?
I would say that that's a fair conversation to have. I mean, listen, we're not going to get everything right in a movie. We tried our best on all fronts of it. I do think there's something to be said about sharing in experiences, and me never trying to say I know what I'm doing, but to just give room to everybody to speak up about what we're doing at that moment.
And I'll just add, this, I hope that this is cracking that glass ceiling, because I do hope to see my brothers and sisters that are darker than me lead these movies.